The Super Eagles defeated Guinea Bissau 2-0 the last time they faced, which was in January 2022. Can they do it again to make it 3 wins in 3 games in their AFCON qualifying group? We're going to find out in this episode, of course, as we preview the game for you. My name is Ayomide Sotubo, and this is Nutmeg on Guardian TV. Welcome to the episode, and today James joins me to talk about the Super Eagles, and of course the 23-man list was released over the weekend, and of course it has met different kind of scrutiny. Of course, Jose Peseiro does have his critics. I think the squad is fine, except in midfield where things appear to be so lean in terms of depth and even quality. But then what have you made of the 23-man squad that Jose Peseiro has selected for the doubleheader against Guinea-Bissau?
Well, for me, I think I also have reservations in some aspects, especially the invitation of somebody like Daniel Bamai, the under-20 captain. I mean, for someone who still play,
the goalkeeper.
I mean, you still have some guys who are doing it right here in the Nigerian Premier League that should have invited.
Let me ask you now, though, the goalkeeper situation has been a topic for debate for a long time now because there's no goalkeeper that's held it down. And of course, we're talking about the Charles Anyagboso, under-20 goalkeeper that's been selected. And now it's looking like perhaps he might have a chance because even Francis as well is not holding the place down. I mean, what have you made of that? Shouldn't we welcome that kind of talent who only considered just a few goals, not up to 5, I believe, considered against in the first game against Senegal. He didn't consider a lot of goals. I mean, shouldn't he get a fair trial?
Yeah, what I'm saying is you are overlooking some of the guys in the league. Fine, there's nothing wrong in inviting players from the under-20 as long as you are good. If you are good enough, I mean, who says you cannot play the Super Eagles? But, you know, when you keep overlooking guys from the MPFL, I mean, it goes to show that as if there are no better players.
But then, how about the midfield situation? I look at the players now, perhaps Iwobi and
Wilfred Ndidi,
who has not even been having a lot of games. I mean, who had to sit out one of the training sessions in preparation for the game.
Yeah.
Iwobi looks like the only name that delivers consistent quality performances for his club side.
Yeah, Ndidi for some time now have been struggling with injuries and he's been even in and out in the Leicester team. Played today, the next game is on the bench. I was surprised that a player like Rafael Onyedika was not even invited. He's a regular in a Club Brugge, despite the fact that even though they were struggling at some point, but I mean, he keeps playing, you know. And for Frank Onyeka, somebody that is just coming back from injury and he got invited. So you begin to imagine, like, what is the coach doing? What is he really monitoring these guys for him to even calling some players that are maybe coming back from injury or even struggling to even get game time? Joseph Aribo too was also invited.
I mean that was one of the questions that came to mind. I mean, Aribo not really playing for Southampton again. But then let's move. Things are looking much better in attack.
Yes.
I mean, we have all kinds of dangers there that Guinea-Bissau and other teams will have to contend. I mean, Victor Osimhen, top of the world he is right now. There's Terry Murphy, who is also getting into his strides in France. I mean, we have quality there, but I begin to wonder where, you know, despite how good it is for us in that department of the pitch, I begin to wonder where the service will come from. Who will deliver the passes, the crosses to an Osimhen, or even probably to Apollo Nuachu, maybe when we need to throw in crosses.
Yeah.
How does it get to work for Jose Peseiro and the Super Eagles?
I think one of the problems the Super Eagles always encounter, especially in the attack, no matter the kind of ammunition they have, you know, they always face this problem of who is that creative player who is going to start bringing those passes.
Interestingly, the Super Eagles are also the highest scoring side in this group. They won against Sierra Leone in the first game, 2-1. And of course, in the other game, it was Guinea-Bissau dealing with thumping Sao Tome and Principe 5-1. And then in the second game, it was Super Eagles who traveled to play Sao Tome. And of course, an historic victory. It was 10-0, Victor Osimhen getting 4 goals. And then in the other game, it was indeed a draw, a 2-2 draw between Guinea-Bissau and Sierra Leone. And now it's the third game. I mean, Nigeria have got 2 victories. They've got as many as 12 goals in the group already. What are your predictions going into this game?
Yeah, I see the Super Eagles taking this one. But it doesn't mean they have to underrate Guinea-Bissau because they met them before in AFCON 2021 that was played the following year because of, you know, in Cameroon. So despite we won 2-0, and I think going into this game with especially in the strike force area where we are very strong, so I believe that's the edge despite we have over Guinea Bissau.
Okay. So let's move away from the Super Eagles and now talk about Manchester United. Of course, they are up for sale. The Glazers are, for the first time in a long while, after fan outrage, they are willing to sell. And now there are two front runners, obviously. It's Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who has offered to buy 69% stake that the Glazers own. And of course, with potential debt, as we hear. And also there's a Qatari, and they're willing to buy Manchester United. They've already made a bid of up to £4.5 billion, and also that clears the debt that the club are having at the moment. But then there's going to be a second round of bids that we expect to know what the figures will be. And the question about Manchester United, James, is one man or one of the groups that have made a bid is willing to buy Manchester United debt-free. Of course, the club have needs on the pitch and, of course, infrastructure around the club. Meanwhile, there's another man who is soliciting for funds from banks, just in the way that the Glazers bought Manchester United back in 2005. What is the best for them? I mean, yes, football's a business.
Yeah.
But then the fans have been, angry. They've been raging for reasons. So what's the best for the fan and then for business perspective for Manchester United?
One thing about the fans is they want to start bringing up all kinds of. You remember what happened with the takeover at Newcastle United, all the protests, and at the end of the day, they kept quiet. So I think it's the same thing that's going to happen with Manchester United. The most important thing, once the result starts coming in, they will not want to even imagine who the owner is. So the most important thing is whoever gets the club, just hit the ground running. Whatever debt that is there, whatever issues they're having, off pitch, on pitch, the most important thing is the club keeps running. Fine, they always have these issues, off pitch stuff, but as long as they are doing well, they'll forget about this criticism.
So that's how we're going to wrap up this episode. Of course, we look towards the game coming up between Nigeria and Guinea Bissau. It's Friday by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Let's see how that pans out for the Super Eagles. It's a double header, by the way, and of course, the second leg is going to be played on the 27th of this same month. Also, we look at what will happen for Manchester United. What will be the new bids from these different groups? Of course, we will be looking to tell you all of that when we meet next time program. Of course, let's tell you can hit the subscribe button to be part of the community, and also tap the notification bells to get the latest videos from the Nutmeg. Of course, the Nutmeg is the program. My name is Ayomide. See you next time.